So I was like, oh, this is good. Like, this is well written.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, she's just naked for no reason. Although I'm not gonna lie, if Showtime or something was like, hey, or something on Power, everyone's naked on there, right? but it's still a good show to be on. However, if it's like something where the script has an arc, like even in the audition process, it had one, and I was like, this is dope. I don't even feel like I'm auditioning for a prostitute, even though I still have to play into that,
Right. Even though auditioning is prostitution in itself.
Welcome to So Happy Hour. And now, your host, Sammy Obeid.
Welcome, everybody. So happy hour. Are we happy?
Woo!
Thank you. So happy hour is the show where you come here happy, and we do nothing for you. Just bring already happy people and put them in a room and tell people that we made them even happier, when really it was just the collection of happy synergies coming together. But let's go ahead and start and talk about this. Well, good news. Ketanji Brown Jackson is officially the first Black woman to be nominated to the Supreme Court. And for the first time in history, Republicans are outraged that a person of color was given a life sentence. Spirit Airlines and Frontier Airlines have merged, which might just be a polite headline for crashed. To each other. Get it? They merged. Major League Baseball may have to cancel some regular season games if they can't reach an agreement with players. Which begs the question, had they not said anything, would anyone notice? An Air Asia flight was forced into an emergency landing after it was discovered that a snake was on board the plane. Astonishingly, nobody used the word motherfucker. A new UN climate report shows that our natural resources are rapidly dwindling. Or as Putin calls it, we're nuclear ready. All right. Okay, cool. So I hope you guys like those really upbeat jokes. Actually never say this, but we're going to have a fantastic show tonight. We have an amazing guest.
Excuse me. Did you say all natural resources?
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
It is I, a guest on show. Did you mouth noises just suggest that our Earth is out of resources?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've never seen you at our show before. What's your name?
My name is People Magazine.
Your name is People Magazine, right? Right.
My friends call me People.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. Can we call you that as well? This is a fake name, obviously. So you're also, I see you got the hat going on.
Yes, it is my name. Now, back to Earth's natural resources.
Look, people, why are you concerned with Earth's natural resources?
I'm just worried about it. It makes my heart hurt. Oh.
My gosh!
Alien! It's an alien!
You speak the truth. I am Splorglador from the planet Slorskor. I am here to steal your natural resources and destroy your planet. And there is nothing you can do about it.
I'm sorry, but you did just get a little bit of Russian there.
You met my brother, Vladimir.
Oh, okay. Got you. Well, the joke's on you. We already used all of our natural resources, and we're pretty much just almost done destroying our planet. So.
But I thought that was just what humans with low standards refer to as a joke. There must be something left. I just need some ozone to power my farts.
Okay, I'm sorry, but we don't have a lot of ozone left either. So.
Okay. What about coral reef? It's how you make a cool necklace.
Again, not really much to steal there. So.
Really? Then I'll take your water. You have lots of water.
Yeah, have you tried it?
I have some right here. Slogrodors hydrate recycle its own waste, but this is disgusting.
I told you.
Oh, this is bad. This is my third planet I failed to destroy. If I don't get some resources, they'll fire me.
Well, you'll find something else.
They'll fire me into the sun.
Oh. Does Slovagor have health insurance?
Oh, all aliens do. It's called universal healthcare. We're not monsters, but it doesn't cover sunburns. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What do humans do when they fail at everything they've tried?
Have you heard of a podcast?
Oh. Of course. That's how they launch you into the sun.
No. Podcast is like a radio transmission, except it's only one side communicating, and it actually doesn't provide any useful information.
Can I say anything I want on the podcast?
Literally anything. You can say too much.
And this will allow me to control human mind?
Sure, yeah, if you get a big enough following, yeah.
Oh, great news! I need to start my podcast. It will be called Spluglador Experience. When I rule the world, I will kill you the most painless, Sammy.
Well, that's probably the best we can hope for. So, give it up for the aliens, Splore, or People Magazine.
People Magazine.
People Magazine. Nice cover. Please don't hack this Zoom call. All right. Well, I guess we should get on to this show. Let me make sure our guest is here in the house. It is 7:01. I don't see. Deanna, are you here? Under some fake alias. I'm going to call her. Can we get the alien back on for a moment?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Wow. How do you do, human beings? Wow, so talkative. Wow, there's much to say.
From.
Where am I from?
Yes.
Let me check my notes. I am most definitely from Blueberglof, next to Saturn.
Oh, okay.
Good question. Next.
What's your favorite food on Earth?
Oh, human flesh. Next. Okay, I tell you more about my childhood. Mother, she was okay. She tried her best. But in reality, she had severe emotional trauma.
Sorry, I'm so sorry to go. Well, how about you ask one more question? Our guest is actually here, but go. I'm actually really enjoying this alien crowd work.
I do this all time at home. It's very good. Anyway, spaceship here. I have to go. Or do I? Yes, I do.
Oh, that was a really quick spaceship pickup. It reminded me a lot of just unspotlighting somebody. That's pretty cool, though. Our guest is here in the house, everybody. This is somebody I've known for quite a long time. She's an actress and a content creator. You can check out her channels, which we'll provide later. Everybody welcome our friend, Deanna Pak!
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah!
Okay, awesome. Yay.
So thank you. Deanna, you're not an alien, right? Just confirming.
I'm not an alien. No, I heard a little bit of that alien stuff, but as far as I know, I'm not.
Oh, that's like we're going conspiratorial now. It almost sounds like. As far as we know, we may be aliens. Where are you tuning in from, Deanna? LA?
In LA. Yep. And been here for a minute now. I mean, in LA, but you know, are you in the Bay?
I'm in the Bay right now. Yeah. You're originally from Bay Area, right?
Yeah, born and raised in Oakland.
What? 510, shout out. We got some Oakland people here, surely. At least one.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I mean, people who used to live in San Francisco for sure. But when did you move to LA? Like, what, 10 years ago? Basically,
yeah. It's that mark now. Like 10 years, yay.
How does it feel? Did you celebrate your 10-year LA milestone doing something?
I didn't. I guess because of COVID, or Omicron,
Yeah.
Omarion, whatever.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
probably should. I guess that's kind of not late, but like it was last year. So, but
Do you think do you think LA's changed you? Because I know you're vegan now.
oh, shut up. Definitely. I don't think it made me vegan. I actually for a long time pescatarian, and I would switch off to vegetarian, and then I would eat meat again, and then so finally I'm vegan. It's been a journey.
But do you think if Hollywood was in Alabama, you would have become vegan?
Probably less likely, huh? It probably will be harder too, because the thing is here, I mean, there's times when I'm like, damn, I just want to eat some junk food, but then they have vegan junk food, so it's like,
Right.
it's
Right.
possible.
Right. LA is the one place where you can be vegan and extremely unhealthy still.
Oh my God, yeah. And I have to be careful with that because I'm like, I had some fried fake chicken burgers, and what the fuck is that? Probably gluten and a bunch of other chemicals that I probably shouldn't eat,
Right,
So
right.
that's a cheat day.
Yeah, vegans be eating the most gluten for sure.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, technically you're not supposed to. If you're trying to actually be healthy, you should
Right.
avoid fake things,
right. You should avoid everything if really. That's the safest bet. That's what the aliens do. So you wrote a book. That's awesome.
I did. COVID inspired it to get done. I thought of doing it before COVID, and I had to outline everything, but COVID happened. I was like, you know what? Let's finish this book and actually do it. And then at first I was like, I'm just gonna make an ebook and have it. People can download it for $5 or something. And then I was friends with an author, and he was like, oh, you could just self-publish it. And I was like, I don't know how to do that, but figured it out, and it's on Amazon. So, yay!
That's amazing. That's amazing. And basically, so just to let people know, you're helping people in their acting process, right? Is it more on the business side, or is it also on the creative side too?
It's mostly business, but creatively, I throw some suggestions and whatnot on how you can create your own content, things like that. But for the most part, it's the stepping stones of especially if you just moved here and you don't know what to do, the basic stuff how to get an agent, how to get in the union, all those things, before you even reach the top of trying to be a series reg or anything like that. Most of the time you have to take the stepping stones to get there, right?
Right.
And technically I'm still not there yet. I'm not a series regular, but as far as telling someone how to just grow and continue to work and build on their resume and stuff, I've had a lot of people ask me oh, how do I get started? And the book actually came from me getting annoyed with people. So that's what happened. And I was just like, I'm busy, stop asking me. It's free. And I would give free information and they wouldn't do it. So I was like, you know what? No, just here's a link, I know that sounds really pathetic and not motivational, but once I did it, I was like, oh, this is great,
No, that's the same way this podcast started too. So people were always like, "What's her monologue joke on Putin?" Just fucking wait, okay?
Gosh.
But I see you working. I've seen your, I follow you on Instagram, and I constantly see you on set doing stuff or auditioning for roles. And I see a lot of, because I've worked with a lot of actors in LA, going to acting classes and being in the comedy scene. And I meet so many people who just constantly complain about them not making it, and then I don't see them actually working, but I actually see you working. Do you have a set amount of hours of the day that you all right, I'm going to focus on my grind this many hours of the day, or I'm going to get this much stuff done a week? What is your delegation process?
My process is usually I have this list of things to get done, and then I try to incorporate it. Obviously most of them have deadlines too, so it's okay, this audition tape is due Friday, and I have this going on, and I might have work on Thursday or something, and so I kind of just figure it out based on the priorities. And it's still actually a struggle as far as I'm still working on managing my time better, because as you know, auditions come out of the blue. So you kind of you set your day up and then the whole thing's ruined all the time.
Right.
You know how
Right.
it is. It's so many, I have an audition I'm going to do after today. I mean, after this Zoom.
Right.
that's due tomorrow morning. So that's how it is, you know. So it's definitely a mixture of planning and a mixture of being flexible.
Right.
I think that is key. But definitely, I do think like setting out times and like I got to get all this done within this day, or trying to do that, you know, is a good way to do it as well.
That's awesome. And what would you say is like the biggest thing you've booked so far, like the thing you're most proud of?
Um, Two different things. I guess the biggest thing I've booked would be recurring nurse on The Resident on Fox. I mean, you know, a few episodes here and there, but like as far as the acting, it's like nothing you can't do or anyone else who can speak can't do. Like if I'm honest, right? But it's like, oh, it took years to get that. Not that specifically, but like, you know, getting the right reps and blah, blah, blah. And you get an audition that books and then it leads to more episodes. So it's kind of like that's what happened. But as far as like,
is your nurse like a helpful nurse or like an evil nurse?
it's just like a ER nurse that's just like, hey, doctor, they need you in there. They need it. Oh, and then sometimes she's like, oh my God, can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
But
did they give you the notes, or do you make those choices? Like, oh, today I'm going to be annoyed at the doctor. Like, fucking doctor, they need you.
mostly I made my own choices because TV, as you know, they move really fast, you know, and if it's not like a big like series reg or even guest star top of show, whatever, like they kind of let the actors do whatever they do. And then if it's a problem, that's usually when they are like, okay, let's, you know, fix this a little bit. But for the most part, if you're like one of those, I don't know, nurse or like secondary characters, I feel like they kind of let you do your thing and then they just make like small adjustments maybe for the camera or cinematically, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But as far as that role, like as far as I'm proud that I got it network, you know, but
Yeah.
as far as fulfilling and challenging me as an actor, I think I would say my favorite role was a web series I did in New York some years ago, but I played a prostitute, but I didn't get naked or anything, but like
Hey, nurse and prostitute, those are both healers, you know?
yeah, but it was like, but it wasn't just like, oh, she's just a prostitute, and you know, she had a whole story. She came from Cambodia and had all these layers, and then she ended up doing some tragic shit at the end, and I felt like it was fun because it had an arc, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you don't get an arc. That's okay.
And nobody likes a boring prostitute. I assure you that.
It's just like yeah, I'm just here for the job. Goodbye.
Right,
No,
right.
but she had an arc. You know, it was like a twist at the end, so it was definitely fun. And
Yeah.
I got to stay in New York and Manhattan for free. It's all cool.
Right. When somebody approaches you like, hey, you know, like I have a role for you, and you're like, hell yeah, and they're like, what is it? And they're like, prostitute. Like, how does that, like, because believe me, I you know, like I've had things like this, like, hey Sammy, I've had this perfect role in mind for you, and I'm like, what is it? Like, oh, Syrian refugee who's panicking. Like, okay, thank you, that sounds like a lot of fun. But like,
Yeah.
so what, when you got offered prostitute, were you just like, whatever, just I'm gonna, you know, I'm an actor, I'm gonna do whatever, or were you just, you know, were you like, you know, were you wishing it was something else or something like that?
No, actually, because they usually send the breakdown and then you kind of see and then you get the script when you audition, right? Or not the whole script, but you get the size of whatever the audition is.
Yeah.
And it was pretty lengthy, so I felt like I already saw kind of the arc of the character through those sides. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is good. Like, this is well written,
Yeah.
you know? And it wasn't like, oh, she's just naked for no reason. Although, I'm not going to lie, if Showtime or something was like, hey, or something on Power, everyone's naked on there, right? but it's still a good show to be on. However, if it's like something where the script has an arc, like even in the audition process, it had one, and I was like, this is dope. I don't even feel like I'm auditioning for a prostitute, even though I still have to play into that, you know?
Right. Even though auditioning is prostitution in itself.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people used to compare actors to prostitutes back in the day. Like,
There you go.
you know?
So it's really like, as long as you're not playing an actor, really, it's a dignified role. But that's awesome. I mean, that's great. You know, like I've always loved acting, but I like you said, you have to be ready for an audition at any time. And I always come up with an excuse why I don't want to do the audition. And that's why I've never like taken any roles.
Mhm.
But I also, I haven't had any bad auditions lately, but like when I started, I had some really bad ones. Do you have any like audition horror stories?
Oh, of where I like messed up or like it was just a
Or
bad
like the worst, yeah, anything like the most memorable one or a weird one or.
Well, I've definitely had some weird ones when I first moved here, but you know, at that time I was just auditioning without an agent for like everything, you know. So I would get in these like independent films, and then it would be like they kind of had a movie, but the script was trash, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have a script right now, but we want you to do this, and we want you to, or we want you to be topless, but not fully topless, just the side of your boob, so it doesn't count." Like
Wow.
stuff like yeah, things like that, where I'm just like, it counts if you could see your nipple, right? They're like, no, but that's a side boob, it's not the same
Yeah.
thing. Like, do you think I was born yesterday, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know, like that's
That's
fine,
great.
like I'm not against like nudity or anything, but it's like just be real about it, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Come audition. Yeah, can you send me the script? No, we don't have one yet. That's pretty much a red flag. I would say if auditioning was no script and just showing side boob, I would definitely like auditioning a lot more
But
for
you know
sure.
what,
Yeah,
honestly, if it was like the dopest show on right now and they're like, all you got to do is show the side boob, I'd be like, it's actually not a bad idea, you
right,
know. like I don't have to do 12 pages to book the role or to get rejected, you know. But,
right,
and that's the thing with auditioning, especially now with the self tapes. I feel like you just have to get used to doing a lot. Your job is auditioning, so
right.
you're doing a lot sometimes to the point where you like feel like you're killing yourself, if I'm being honest. If you have other jobs and other things going on, it's like, okay, here's 12 pages, please tape them by this day, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
So you do that all year, and it's like, okay, if you're lucky and you're working, you'll book a couple of jobs, and then you know that will last you, and you're like, cool, I'm happy, I'm working, you know. But the majority of them, at least statistically, you will not book. So you have to go in understanding that. And I'm not gonna lie, like there's times when I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you know, like it can be rough, especially if you go through a spurt where you're not booking a lot, and then you're like, I want a good role, you know.
have you ever
But
had to fire or break up with an agent?
oh, multiple times.
Yeah,
But I like my manager a lot right now.
yeah,
It's been good, like really good for the last few years, as far as like at least them getting the opportunities. You know, whether I get the job or not, that's well, it's up to me to do the audition. But as far as booking, you know, it's up to the producers and all that, right? But as far as getting me the opportunities, I've been really happy. But when I first moved here, I had like my first agent, like probably got like one audition all year. I don't know. And then I moved on different agents, and I had another manager where it was better. Like I felt like it got better over time, you know.
right.
And part of like even in the book I talk about like it is sometimes the agency's fault, but a lot of times it's the actor's fault too. Like when I first had my first agent, I don't think I even had a legit demo reel. I had like a video of a monologue. But at that time I was like new and I didn't really know like, okay, well what should I put in this reel, you know? But if I'm sure if I had one, I might have got more than one audition that whole year, you know? I mean, I had auditions that I self-submitted myself, like through Typecasting or other websites you can do. But as far as like agents, they get you the TV stuff, the stuff that you want to get on, you know? So the goal is, you know, you get a lot of those opportunities if you want to work diligently in TV or film or whatever.
We have a question from one of our audience members. How do you stay motivated?
How do I stay motivated? Man, honestly, the little things help a lot. I really do love eating. I mean, I get excited to eat every day. I know it's weird because it's vegan, but like, and coffee used to be my drug, but I had to slow down on that because a lot of caffeine was making me go crazy and affecting my digestive system. So I was like, but I have my substitutes and I'm like, I love my coffee. I love my food. Taking a hike or whatever you got to do to like kind of clear your mind sometimes. lately I've been working out a lot more, and for me, I've always been active, but as far as like gym stuff, like 5 times a week or more, this is kind of new for me as far as weights. Because I've always been like, I danced and I did cross country and, you know, yoga and other things. But as far as like weights, this is new. And it's actually helpful as far as getting into a routine and kind of setting a goal, you know, like, okay, let me increase my weight or whatever the case. And it kind of all gears you towards like staying motivated, honestly.
So eat and work out.
so basically, but you got to take your breaks though, you know, like if you can travel, that's great. If you're too broke to do that, as most actors are, then maybe go to the beach in LA.
Long Beach, yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
I said go to Long Beach.
Oh, yeah. I don't go there that much, but the best beach is
The best beach, Long Beach. Yeah, no, I would say my favorite beach in LA is probably Sunset Beach. That's like north of Huntington.
Oh, I don't think I've ever been there. Wow. But Huntington is great because they have the bonfires, right? So yeah, do that. Go to a bonfire and I don't know. Whatever you do that's fun, just to take your mind off things at times. But stay motivated. It's a matter of routine, I think.
Well, that's great. That's great. Do you have anything in 2022 you're really excited about?
I'm excited about, well, the next project I booked, which I don't know what it is yet. That's the fun part, right? But I'm also, you know, looking into like behind the scenes stuff too. I mean, I know I've created like web stuff and, you know, YouTube, but like as far as I've worked as a PA before, and that's not the most glamorous job, but definitely want to produce more, get behind the scenes more. I feel like you learn so much through that process, and you have a little bit more control sometimes, you know. And even if you don't, it's like consistent work, and you can learn from the top of the top behind the scenes. And I think it's a good skill set. So I definitely want to explore that more.
Well, it's awesome. We have, if any other aspiring actors have any questions, please do. But like, say you had like 30 seconds to tell and inspire an actor, what would you say?
Do it because you love it. No matter how hard is it. Excuse me. See, I fucked up already. See, I'm a terrible actress. Anyway, no, but literally do it because you love it. And when you get frustrated, just remember why you started. And I have to do this to myself too. It's like, oh, I love creating stories. I love creating a character and telling people these stories that maybe it can help someone one day, whether it's making them laugh or making them cry or all the things that a stand-up comedian can do as well. But, you know, but on film, and the mixture of beautiful cinematography, all that, that's the art form. Well, if you're looking for TV and film, but even theatrical like plays, you can do that as well. It's a different medium, but just remember why you started. And that will kind of center you, take you back to like, okay, this is what I really want to do. And everything else will work itself out. You'll figure out how to get an agent. You'll figure out how to do the hard, tedious stuff that you're like, why the fuck did I sign up for this? Because I don't like this shit, you know? But it comes with it. And then you have to remember why you love it. And then that keeps people going. So, and me too.
That's awesome. I definitely would like to change somebody's life with my side boob, but we'll see what we can do. You ready to play some games? Or
game? Yeah. Oh, that's the one thing I'm not good at, games, but like we'll see what's up.
I guess we'll see. Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll this one. Is it Katie who's running this? Katie, we can't hear you.
Okay, now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I'm struggling with tech today.
It's all good. All right.
Yeah, we're playing a game.
Katie Wilson.
All right, I gotta share this. Let's see if I can get this tech right. Sammy had to remind me that I am not very good at this. Okay, we're gonna play a game. I think, Deanna, you're actually gonna be pretty good at it. Actually, I'm more excited to see how Sammy plays out in this game. It's called Dancing Queen or Joker.
Ooh.
And we know that, well, I know because I'm a creep. I'm the resident creep I creep on other people's social media and website and such. And we noticed that you have been a dancer.
Yeah.
Dancer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just list off some dance moves, and both you and Sammy will take turns deciding whether these dance moves are real or if they're fake.
So,
And
like, how would they be fake? Like, is photoshopped or something?
some of them we made up. So you're just gonna get the title, and you have to decide whether you think it's real or fake. Now, if you think it's real, both of you are going to have to show us what you think the dance move looks like if you think it's real.
Oh, God.
Some of them might be a little bit more obvious than others. And I think Sammy's a really good dancer. I'm really excited about this.
You think right. You think correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm a good dancer, but some of these TikTok dances, I didn't catch up on them.
No, I have no clue what the young people are doing anymore. They're just moving around on a screen at this point.
Right.
So are we ready?
Yeah.
We'll have Sammy start just to kind of put him on the spot. We'll have him warm up. So the first one is called the meat stick. Meat stick. Do you think this is real or fake, Sammy? And if you think it's real, you have to show us what you think the meat stick looks like.
Well, I don't want to show you what this one looks like, so I'm going to say it's fake.
You think it's fake?
Yeah.
Okay. Deanna, do you think this is real or fake?
The name sounds really fake, so I'm gonna have to go with fake.
Okay. Okay. It's actually real.
What? Oh,
Yeah. Here is how it looks. I took away the sound because nobody likes fish.
okay. Let's learn this now.
It goes with the song. It kind of reminds me of the Macarena, really. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the modern Macarena, but
When they
A
go
lot
like
more
this, that's the meat stick, basically.
Right.
oh, okay.
Right. Okay. So
Oh,
Oh,
I think
okay.
anybody can do that. If two white guys can do this dance, you guys can do
It's
this.
not
dance.
real meat. It's stick.
Right. All right. Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Deanna, you'll go this first this time. If I can get this to work. There you go. All right. So the next one is called the Wamba Bamba Woohoo.
Nice.
Deanna, do you think this is real or fake?
I'm gonna say real, but I have no clue what it is. Should I just try it?
Yeah, try.
I don't
What would
know.
the Wamba Bamba Woohoo look like?
Wamba Bamba. I feel like it has to be something Latin related, right? But maybe it's not. Maybe it's like it seems like a mixture of Zumba and Latin. So let's just boom, 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 do the salsa.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
What?
Like something with a pump and then a little salsa move. You know, that's my guess.
That's really convincing. I like it. I like it. Sammy, do you think it's real or is it fake?
I feel like she knows that it's real and she just actually did it. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it's real.
Okay. What do you think it looks like?
For sure, it's like Wamba Bamba Woohoo.
Looks great. Looks great.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready to see what it really looks like?
Yeah.
It's fake.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my God, we're both terrible at this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, very convinced from both of you. Are you ready for another one? Did I
Yeah.
lose her?
Hello?
Still there.
She's still there. Hold on. Let me go put her back on the screen.
Not fake anymore.
Not fake. She just ran away. She's done with this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I think she just did the Wamba Wamba Woohoo.
Wait.
Disappeared.
Can you,
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
oh, there.
Add. Why are my spotlights disappearing? Spotlight. Okay, Sammy, you're spotlighted, right?
I'm here.
All right, Deanna, you're coming back. I've never had that happen before. There we go. I'm getting
Okay.
really good at this.
I probably need a Zoom tutorial. I only know how to log in other people's Zoom, and that's about it.
All right, we're good. We're good. All right, next one. Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Dance move number 3 is called daggering. Daggering. Sammy, it's your turn to go first. Do you think this is real or do you think this
Absolutely.
is fake?
Daggering, absolutely.
Okay. What do you think daggering looks like? Okay. Excellent. Rubbing her hands together. Deanna,
No rubbing.
oh, just like a fish.
Yeah, but it's like a dagger. It's like, do you see the
Yeah, yeah. Excellent. Very sharp. Okay. Deanna, do you think this is real or fake?
I'm just gonna take a guess and say it's real. No idea what it is, but based on the wordplay, maybe it's like an extended version of a dab. So like dab, ring.
All right. Awesome. You guys are really good at this because I'm really glad that you didn't know what it really was because it's real. It's from Jamaica. I don't have a video of it because Google wouldn't let me insert a video of it because it's so inappropriate.
Oh, one of those Caribbean dances where they just like humping on each other.
Yes. And they're like jumping from like trees and stuff. I guess there's reports of people like breaking their penises from doing that.
Oh my gosh.
Am I gonna get bleeped for that?
So my dance was pretty close, actually.
Yeah, yours was pretty close, Sammy.
Yeah.
You want to show it again for us? We'll have to like fuzz it out.
It's
Yeah.
the Jamaican guy's penis.
Excellent.
I've seen some videos of like people jumping on people's crotches, so that might have been daggering.
Probably. Oh boy, someone said they've seen intercourse on this Zoom. Sammy?
Yeah.
That was
We were
on one of our Friday shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Good thing we're doing this on a Wednesday. All right, let's go to the next one. Next one is called The Pony. The Pony. Deanna, I think it's your turn. Do you think this is real?
mean, it has to be real, isn't it? The genuine thing.
Do you want to act it out for us? Do you want to show us what it would look like?
Oh my gosh, it's been so long, but I just remember everyone's wedding. They're always like, okay, when the guy comes out, and then he's all like dancing.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
boom.
You know, that's all I. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that a grind with his crotch just outward, you know, in her face in front of everyone.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the pony is essentially anything you do when you're dancing to Genuine's pony. But the official pony is actually, it's on all fours, arching your back. So, and it's like any kind of arch your back. Can you imagine that to Genuine? Boom, 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 like that.
Right. I think Sammy was close. Chubby Checker tried to come up with a new like version of the twist. It was called Pony Time.
Oh.
It looks something like this. Look at these white people go.
Oh my gosh.
They're like galloping.
Look at these, some freaks.
Oh, they're like literally galloping. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I mean, I probably can. I would need a lesson though.
That leading the dress is really getting into it though.
This was like daggering in the 1950s.
Yeah. Well, she's showing her ankles.
Oh,
Scarlet.
that, you know.
That's where she learned how to, like, you know, that was her role, was to also be a prostitute on TV. All right. Next one. Come on, Chubby Checker. Go away. All right. Dance move number 5. The Aquarius.
Oh.
Sammy, do you believe this one's real or fake?
I am an Aquarius.
Oh.
And, you know, this one has to be real because as an Aquarius, you know, when you dance, it's whatever. It's whatever you want it to be. So the Aquarius is just kind of like whatever, you know?
Like this?
Yeah. It's just as long as you're kind of moving like water.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I've seen some people do something like this.
Swimming.
Right. I can see it.
Looks more like the crab.
Like the crab? No, that
Like
would. This is the crab.
Okay.
Yeah, as a Cancer, this is more of a crab. I would agree.
I can do every zodiac dance right now if you want, but this is the Aquarius.
Okay.
This is okay. I'll take that
Deanna,
note.
do you think this is real or do you think this one's fake?
I initially thought it was fake. I mean, it's possibly real if it's related to water, but the Aquarius, I'm thinking about just the sign. And Aquarius is an air sign, so they're very all over the place. So how could that be a dance move? They're all, I mean, I guess it could be an all over the place dance move. But I'm going to just say no, because I've never heard of it.
Okay, so you think it's fake?
Yeah.
You would be correct. This is fake.
Yeah! I want it right.
There you go. All right, we ready for one more?
Yes.
All right, one more. This one's called Oops Upside Your Head.
Oops.
Oops Upside Your Head. Whoever likes to go first, you can go first this time. I don't mind. Who thinks this is real or who thinks this one's fake?
I think it's real.
You think it's real?
Yeah.
What does it look like, Sammy?
It's kind of like a progressive head turn. So like you start here and you go, oops, upside your head. Like that. Oops, upside your head. Oops, upside your head. And then you just go back and forth, 180, 180. Some people can go the full upside down, but.
Got it. Deanna, what do you think?
I was going to say no, I don't think it's real, but if it was, it's like, oops, I did it again, but upside your head.
Okay.
So instead of what Brittany was doing all this stuff, do it the head way.
Okay. Yeah, I like that too. You both are correct. It is real. I think I found my favorite. I think, Sammy, you were singing the song. This is literally the dance. Just sit on top of your friends and just sway back and forth.
Oh,
It's not COVID friendly, I'll tell you that.
Doing Molly?
That's some serious dancing.
Yeah, there's something horribly wrong going on here.
These are also all children. All right, on that note,
that's hilarious. Oh, they're moving their arms now.
Children, aka the result of daggering.
and on that note, that is all I got. You guys are pretty good. Deanna beat you, I think, Sammy, though. Sammy, you might have had some pretty good moves on her, though.
That's fine. I mean, we invented some new dance moves and
Yeah,
changed history.
you got some good moves, honestly. I was impressed.
Oops, upside your head.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Katie.
You guys did great. You're better dancers than I am.
Well, we're all better dancers now because of you.
Oh, thanks.
Because lately I have not been up tuned with any of these dances, But these are older dances, so I should know them. I'm ashamed, but it's okay.
Or reinvent them on the TikTok.
On
Like, bring them back.
I'm gonna bring all
Yeah.
these. Yeah.
Bring them all back. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Katie. Give it up for Katie, everybody. Katie. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Deanna. Where can we find you on socials and elsewhere?
On socials, everything Deanna Pak. I'm trying to make sure I don't have any other random off ones. I think everything's Deanna Pak. Yeah. And deannapak.com is the website. Even though I mostly use socials, so Instagram is great. Facebook, I probably won't add you, but so probably Instagram.
Damn, it's like that. You at capacity?
Because they have that capacity thing, right? Yeah. But yeah, check me out.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Deanna, for joining us. And check out a copy of her book on Amazon. What's the book called again?
Hungry in Hollywood: How to Be a Working Actor.
Hungry in Hollywood. And literally, her advice is to keep eating. Stay
Yeah. I didn't thought that. Hey, but thank you. I appreciate you having me here. So.
Thank you, Deanna, and I'm sure I'll catch you soon. I'm sure we'll do some a sketch at some point.
Yay! Yep. All right, bye everybody.
Bye, Deanna. Thank you so much for joining. All right, everybody, stay hungry in Hollywood. And we have an amazing musical guest for you guys tonight. She is a regular here at KO Comedy, and I believe she was the first musical guest on the So Happy Hour. Everybody, welcome to the show, the amazing Allie Lou.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me again, Sammy.
Of course, of course.
I was the first musical guest here. All the songs that you're going to hear tonight, I was born.
Hold on. The host muted everyone. Katie.
There we go. I just asked that if you guys are at home to mute your mics because of the feedback and all that stuff. But the pandemic has been great because I've been able to actually produce my own tracks, learn GarageBand, and all that stuff. So I'm excited to do that for you. I'm in a relationship, a very happy relationship, but the pandemic really forced us to get to know each other. And I had to reveal a pretty intimate detail about myself that I am now going to share with the internet. So here we go. I just don't think it's true love until you can divulge this part of yourself. And so thank you, Bulldove, who's in the audience right now. It's one of my favorite things to do. I couldn't help myself last night. I don't know what came over me, but all of a sudden I was dripping wet and I was breathing so heavily. My heart beats faster, I'm getting louder. It's so much hotter, there's no sweeter release than crying in public. I love crying in public. Try crying in public. You gotta try crying in public. It's too good. It's too good, guys. It's too good. Our last guest was talking about being healthy and her relationship with her managers. As a bigger lady, it's been a pretty rough road in Hollywood. I'm getting conflicting messages. They're like, you either need to commit to losing 40 pounds or commit to gaining 40 pounds because you're in a weird mid-size range. And I'm sorry, but I don't think that I'm a fucking sedan. So this is a true story about dealing with image issues in Hollywood, especially when your goals are not aligned. I do the music thing, I do the stand-up thing, but what I want to do is write. And this is just another true story. Woke up this morning feeling just fine. Then some network exec started bullying me online. He said that I was taking up too much space and I need to lose weight in my arms, body, and face. But bitch, I do comedy quite well right in this body. Not bragging, just a matter of fact. Bitch, I do comedy. Can somebody please tell me if all I want to do is just that? Why can't I do it being fat? Please don't call my boyfriend a chubby chaser, okay? I don't run. I see fat dudes shirtless every day. People don't mind. In fact, I hear them say, look at those funny guys, aren't they a hoot? Meanwhile, I get called a fat bitch, wear some Spanx like a scuba suit. Bitch, I do comedy, sometimes with a melody. I don't wanna act. Bitch, I do comedy, I won't put this modestly. The walls shake, that's how hard I make them laugh. So why can't I just do it fat? Since sometimes I'm like, should I put my pronouns in my bio? And then I'll get comments like, you're a fat bitch. And then it's like, okay, well, you know I'm a woman. And if you get sensitive about people misusing pronouns, remember this is America. We don't know what pronouns are. Bitch, I do comedy, sometimes with a melody. I just wanna write, don't wanna act. Bitch, I do comedy, I won't put this modestly. The walls shake, that's how hard I make them laugh. So why can't I just do it fat? Why? I really love doing this show. I think it's so great. I get to like work stuff out, and you guys are always such a great audience. So I hope you're giving it up for yourselves. I really appreciate being here with you. In the pandemic, something that I got really used to was not being around people. It's my favorite thing to do. Actually, my second favorite thing to do next to not making eye contact. I'm not into it. And it's hard now because everyone's like opened up and they're trying to get together, and you know, I'm not into it. So I'm gonna sing about it. Please don't call me ungrateful. When I look at my life and all of the friends I have, I think to myself, I'm so lucky to be loved. Joe and Sue want to go out for some drinks and then meet with Ben, because he's only in town for a week. Liz and Carla had a baby. They asked me to be the godmother. They told me to come by for pictures and cake. Then Ricardo asked if I could drop him off at LAX before we go to Ashley's brother's roommate's cat's wake. But I just got my period, so I'm not doing any of that. Good night. I do have the anxiety. I have a ton of anxiety. I don't have the cute kind white girls have on TikTok with overalls and their ukulele and their bad singing. I have the real kind, which involves when you ask me to come into your home and make myself at home, I just eat all of your cheese and cry in the bathtub. It's not a good look. I recently got an email from my uncle who said that he would not be attending my one-woman show. And that really bummed me out because I haven't written one, and I don't like that that's my energy. I'm gonna sing you a song about anxiety. Is that cool? Yeah. Can I sing you a song about anxiety? Let's find out.
Woo!
We love tech. We love tech. Come on, come on, come on. Where's that alien? Here we go. Crying in the shower, fully clothed and wearing shoes, 'cause it takes me over an hour to pick up on social cues. I say yes to whoever, so I don't feel left behind. Why is everyone's anxiety cuter than mine? It's not the kind that goes away by petting some shitty little dog. It is the kind that makes it hard for me to keep a job. Breathing doesn't help. White women, please don't tell me what to do. You're lucky that I smoke weed, or else I'd go ape shit on you! Oh my God, I do have to cut back though, because last time I smoked weed, I watched 20 minutes of Shrek before I realized it was Beowulf. Sorry for the outburst. Please don't take it personally. But this is who I am, and not just periodically. That's 2 period jokes. I guess I should be grateful. Maybe try meditating one more time. But why is everyone's anxiety cuter than mine? Why is everyone's anxiety cuter than mine? Thank you guys so much. This is so happy hour, and I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Sammy. There's like a lot of weird shit happening in the world right now, and I'm not someone who should be talking about it. I'm not a very smart person. I can't really talk about Ukraine and Russia, considering that my Indian boyfriend's parents asked me for the solution to Pakistan and India, and legit, my answer was we should just parent trap them. It's not good. And I'm not a religious person, but singing brings me joy, and I would just like to share a cover with you. Is that okay? Sammy, do we have time for that?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. This is about as close to praying as I get. This is how you make hydration your personality. I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Maybe I've been here before. I know this room and I walk the floor. I used to live alone before I knew ya. I've seen your flag on the marble arch. Our love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Maybe there's a God above. All I ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew ya. It's not a cry you hear at night, and it's not someone who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. so much. Appreciate you guys.
All right, give it up for Allie Lou, everybody. Woo! Thank you, Allie. That was amazing. All right, everybody. Are we still happy, huh? Fantastic show, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, the room I'm in got hit by a nuclear bomb, so things have changed drastically since the start of the show. Yeah, thank you all for joining us on this week. It's been kind of a weird time for everybody. I think we can all agree the mood is kind of not normal comedy mood, but what week isn't? So here at the So Happy Hour, we say fuck it. We're happy regardless. Am I right? Okay, thank you so much. We had a great time with you tonight. Give it up one more time for your guests, Allie Lou, Deanna Pak, and our wonderful, wonderful opener, Jeremiah Olzman, and our amazing So Happy Hour squad. And give it up for Katie Wilson on tech tonight.
Thanks. I miss Julie already.
We did it. We did it. Cool. So yeah, everybody, clean your rooms and stay safe. Stay safe in there.
The clubs is